Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So I got a happy mail, so we're gonna go over that in just a second, and then let me show you what we're gonna be making. So I've had this music box mold in for quite a while, and it's very thin, so I've kind of been like, do I want to make it? So we're going to attempt it today. So we're going to do that. I do have the music box mechanism, so that's what we're going to be making today. And I'm also going to pour another one of my coasters so that I can get enough so that I can make like a set of them if somebody did want to purchase them. So I'm going to make another one, and then I'll have two, and I'm just going to pour it in clear, I guess. And then I'll make like a 2-pack, and then once I get 4 of them made, then I'll make a 4-pack. So we will be doing that. But so this one here, Terry Ryan is the one that has sent me both of these. This one was from Amazon, and she had emailed me and said that she hadn't put the gift tag in. So she did let me know that she had sent these. Look at, they're the little tiny baby butterflies that I can do with my extras. So I'm gonna open them up because I'm going to keep them right close on my desk so that I have them for extras. And then I'll just keep my bag so I can put them in the bag so they don't get all yucky. But they'll be right handy. So that was the first one. And then I got this. Okay. So let's see what we've got. Thank you so much, Terry. And Terry was also the very first one that sent me a coffee. So thank you, thank you. Oh, this is gorgeous. That is really, really pretty. And she's got the flat back bail on it, but that's that water ripple that everybody is so crazy about. That's the one thing I don't have are any water ripple molds. I don't have any of them. So I'm gonna put that back in there just so that I don't misplace it. And let's see what else we've got here. Let's get them all out. Oh, so this looks like it would be like a little footpath, which this is going to come in really handy for my little fairy houses that I make with Powertex. So that is going to come in awesome. And look, a door, another little door for my fairy houses. I mean, you can use them in resin as well. These are matte molds. But yeah, these are gonna come in handy too, because I do want to make some smaller ones. So that will give me another door. Thank you, thank you. And another set of wings, which is amazing. So I'm gonna put these with my other wings. And we've got this cute little dragonfly. And I'm not sure. This doesn't look like full matte, but not full gloss either. So I'm going to keep this out because I don't know how much resin I'm going to use in that little thing. So we're going to keep this with our extras as well. So we can pour that. Oh my goodness, look at this. Again, another fairy house door. I think this is like a little fairy windowy type thing. And this would be the fairy. So we're probably going to pour this in some glitter. And then we've got more flowers and leaves. So I like these little ones because I use them in the mix to mold. And then I can color them whatever color. And they look thick enough where they're going to come out. This is my only one. If I pour it in mix to mold, I'm afraid this part's going to break. But I don't know. It is fairly deep. So we will probably give this a try in the mix to mold. And I will do maybe 2 ounces, and we'll do little bits at a time. So yeah, we'll be doing that one coming up too. So these are going to be awesome for my little fairy houses. And let's see what this is. Oh my goodness. It is the little teacup with the little saucer. Oh my goodness, is this cute. So yeah, you could use this to put, things in, or you could put a plant or something. That is so stinking cute. So we will be doing this too coming up. I'm going to put it in the box with all the rest of the molds that she has sent me that I have not got to yet, but I will, I promise. And we've got this. Now, I'm not sure. I think they would just be, like you could pour resin, put something in it, and then fill it up. And, they would be a block or something that you would stand. It doesn't look like the molds are different, so I don't think it's like a top and a bottom. I think they're just bottoms. But these deep ones will come in handy because, we can do things and put like little lights and stuff in them. Or I can make like a little fish tank that, a kid could carry around or whatever. So those will be really cute. So we are going to be doing these as well. I'm going to put those right in the box, right underneath. So, let me get this out and figure out what we're doing here. Okay, so now I don't think we need to pour these, but I'm going to pour them anyways because I have never made this. I am assuming that these are the back pieces that these little things go in. I'm not sure. And I believe that is the hole where the mechanism mounts. So this is the little mechanism. So you have your little piton there. So that would go in there, and then your twisty thing would be on the outside. So what colors are we going to do it? I was thinking of doing it in alcohol inks, but then you will see through, hang on. My husband stole my roll of paper towels down here until he got to the store, and he didn't put them back. And I need to clean this mold out. So I'm thinking about doing it in a darker color, and then we will put the one of the gnome or fairy stickers on it. So I don't know what I'm doing to it yet because I've never assembled it. I don't know how big it is. So we're just gonna pour it. So I'm gonna mix up some resin. I don't know how much yet. I'm assuming this isn't going to take much. So I will maybe make up like 5 ounces because I believe this one took 3. So that would give me 2. And then if we have extras, we can pour like some of our other extras. So let me put you on a pause. I will go get some resin mixed up and I'll figure out what color I'm using and we will go from there, guys. Okay, so I've got my 6 ounces mixed up. I am going to separate it. I'll color it and then I am going to throw it through the debubbler. So I'm going to put 3.5 in this cup to leave clear. So that will give me 2.5. I'm thinking that will be enough for that. So I'm going to set that there. So I kind of looked at some of the stickers that I had and it was blue or green. And I'm like, I do blue a lot because I like blue. So I'm going to go with green because depending on where it is, I maybe could do this in peacocks as well. So we're going to mix the green, but I am going to put a little bit of the Hinenda Turquoise in there. Hinenda Turquoise, something like that. All right, so we're going to we'll give it like 2 scoops. And let me just move this back so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I put like 2 scoops and I'm gonna start with like a little bit on my stick. It's not very high at all. Just to kind of give it a different color. And this is the Let's Resin, regular epoxy resin, the 1-to-1. So, guys, I had a fantastic day at my vendor event yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was so hot though. It was, I mean, it wasn't bad until noon because we had a shade area and I do have 2 tents, but there was like 2.5, 3 hours in the afternoon that no matter where we went, we could not get out of the sun. So it was just, and it was busy, but it wasn't as busy as last year. So at least to me, it didn't seem as busy. You know, I still had good sales, not as much as last year, but I had one woman buy, I had 2 small 11 by 14 fairy paintings, and then I had 2 16 by 20 fairy paintings, one in black and white and one with color. And she bought all 4 of them, and then she purchased another one for her son. So I was like, wow. So, oh, and we might lose power. It said by 4 we were supposed to have storms, and it's only 2:48. I'm trying to get this so I can get this done. And so at least if we do lose power, it's, you know, it's curing and I don't have to, I will have a video for you guys for Monday. But I am so tired, guys. I was up at 4 o'clock yesterday and we didn't get home until like 9. By the time we just kind of relaxed and unwound a little bit. It was brutal. You know what? I'm not going to run this through the debubbler, but I will put this one in the debubbler while we are pouring, while we're pouring this one. Just because I'm afraid we're going to lose power. And I don't want to be in the dark trying to pour resin. I don't think that would be fun, guys. All right, so I'm going to start with the pieces that I believe needs to be poured. Because I really don't think these do. So I'm just going to... And the only reason I went with this is because I've been pushing my envelope as far as my working time, and where I am tired and kind of numb today. I am not even lying, guys. I am just spent. All right, so, and I do want to make sure that these are full, but I'm going to pour each one before I attempt to like dome them too much, because I do want like the color to be the same. If I do have to mix up more, at least if, you know, the fronts are all covered, I know that that will be the same color. I mean, I have the extra clear, so it's not, you know, not that big of a deal. I can just mix it, but because I added the blue to the green, the green, yeah, the blue into the green, trying to get the exact color is gonna be really difficult. But yeah, we're supposed to have severe thunderstorms here in the next couple of hours. All right. So I'm just pouring. I'm putting the 91% isopropyl alcohol. That's what I use. I've never had a problem. Some people say it leaves marks. I have not had a problem. So that's just what I use. So I'm gonna definitely gonna have to mix some more for the cover, I believe. And because this is so thin, the bubbles, we shouldn't have an issue with bubbles at all, because it will degas on its own because it is light. But I do just want to make sure I go around all of these little nooks, you know, and especially around where that circle thingy is. Just so I discounted my little dinosaurs that I had made that had some little bubbles in them, so I just put them in a bag like for $2, and I sold all of them but one. I put 3 in one bag, 3 and 2, you know, 2 bags of 3 and then 1 bag of the 2, and yeah, the kids just thought that was the best thing. So literally, I might not have to mix up much, just enough to really fill them, you know, like give them a dome. And I've got a mess over here. Hang on. Grab a scraper and get my spatula out. Oh my word. This is what I was like all day yesterday. There was one section on my table that I had set up, and it's like 3 shelves. Every single time I went near that, I dumped one whole side off every single time. My daughter was like, "Ma, stay away from there." I am like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? All right, so it didn't, I was gonna hit it to do a few more minutes, but let's see, I'll just start with that. Hopefully this will just continue to degas while we are sitting here. See what I mean? Yeah, now my little alpaca is trying to stick his nose right where it doesn't belong. Wow. All right, let me get the stick. We're gonna add a little bit more green. Come on. Don't believe we're going to need much at all. And I'll just use the other end. And we'll go with that. And that way I figured no matter if we do the gnomes, because they have pinks, they have, you know, green and blue, and that maybe it would still go, but the peacocks, I've got different colored ones that would definitely go with these colors. So let's wow, I think I underestimated myself again. I just filled the little hole that I didn't want to fill. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a little bit more. And I'm just going to mix the clear with whatever's left in this cup. There should be enough color already in. All right, so this one's going to need a little something. And we are making ice because we used a ton of it yesterday. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yay. My husband got me an emergency battery-operated motion light. So if I lose power, all I got to do is move my hands and it will come on. Thank you, honey.
It will go off in a little bit.
Okay, good.
Hey, you got to do some housekeeping in here,
I
man.
know.
I'm trying to help you, and I can fall and hurt myself.
Well, that's why you don't come in my room. It's dangerous. Oh. Yeah, it has been quite the couple of days. On Friday before, it took me pretty much like 5 hours just like pulling up and putting in boxes what I wanted to bring. I did bring my like holiday stuff, some of the Halloween. I had a few pumpkins for Thanksgiving and then some Christmas items. So I did bring those. None of those sold. I mean, I had a lot of people looking at them, but they didn't sell as of yet. But I was invited to another vendor event coming up in September. So I might do that. All right, so I am going to make a few of these butterflies because I don't think we have enough for the dragonfly, but we definitely have enough to do a couple of butterflies. All right, let me just put this over here for now. And
Is it shut off?
no, not yet. All right, so let's pour this one. You know what, since we're using green, why don't I do the green eye candy pigment paste? Because I only have a few of their pigment paste, but I like them. I've just got to get more. So this one is called Sparta Green, and I'm probably going to mix a little bit of another color in it just to kind of, because this is like a sparkly mold, so I want to have maybe some sort of a shimmer in there. All right, we'll put that, and maybe we can put some of that green powder that is in here. Oh, come on, I gotta get the cover on. There we go. So hopefully these bubbles will work their way out. All right, we are going to add some of this to this color. I'm going to add a good scoop and see how much it changes this color. Because I want to get better on mixing colors to come up with like a unique color. The only thing with that is if you try to replicate it, it might be more difficult. Oh, but that definitely, all right, we're gonna put a little bit more of this in there. That is giving that a nice shimmer. All right, that should do it. So I'm trying to make sure that I get that mixed in, but not create a ton of bubbles. Yeah, other than the light glaring in my face, he's like, oh, it's gonna shut off, but I'm moving the whole time I'm sitting here with my hands. So it's not gonna shut off, guys, but I'm not gonna say anything because I am grateful that he was thinking of me. Okay, So let's, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a spritz just because I know there are still some bubbles in here. And I'm just like going, oh, I don't want, oh yay, it shut off. I just want to make sure that I don't get any like trapped bubbles. Where those facets are. Yeah, and all of my little elks or deer or whatever you want to call them, with the hair and stuff sold. It's funny, you can go to one event and nobody even looks at them, and you go to another one and everybody wants them. All right, so I see something right. Oh yeah, big hair. And another hair. What in the crap? Hang on, I just dropped the little tip off. All right. Just, I want those like little areas that the bubbles can't like escape. I just want to make sure that there's no like little bubbles stuck in there. Yeah, I tried to get down here earlier before we ended up with the storm warnings, but I was just exhausted. So I think we're gonna have enough to do our little dragonfly with this green. And then we can do some little butterflies. All right, let me just get another paper towel. Oh, and the other thing that I'm gonna start doing is, I'm gonna, if I didn't remember today, but I want to start wearing cotton gloves again under my gloves, because like I can feel my fingers already burning. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just falling apart, guys. I really am. All right. Make sure we had no little bits in there. Let me wipe this. Actually, that one's got a splinter in it. I'm just gonna chuck it. All right, yeah, I definitely need something smaller than this. I think we're gonna use this. And I'm just pressing down where those little facets are in the bottom to kind of make sure that we do not have any bubbles. You know, like this area in here, this is going to be where we're going to get tons and tons of bubbles. So if we can just, you know, kind of keep poking and get any bubbles out of there. So kind of squeezed, and then we'll fill them back up. So even this would be really cute, like on the top of a box, or, I mean, I suppose you could actually even make it into a keychain. Just drill one of the wings. There's a bubble right there. Get out. So I'm just kind of getting some and letting that drip. I do want the wings domed, if possible. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh. And because it's so little, I am trying to make sure that all the cleanup around is good. I'm hoping that we have enough in these little thingies. And that's just ice falling. All right, we're gonna leave that. I think this will hold a little bit more. And we have still got some left. So let me, I'm gonna see if I have enough to do this little fairy. That way I will be able to tell what the details are and how thin or how thick it is. So then it will give me a better idea of, will it work in the mix to mold. This one here is the one that I'm most nervous about. And possibly the feet too. So there's this spot, and the 2 feet that I would be nervous with doing it in the mix to mold. So by pouring it in resin, it will give me like a better understanding of how deep or how shallow something is. And well, let's pour this piece here because I don't know exactly what this is. And then, you know what, we can just do like a whole resin fairy piece after. So just getting those. And then there was the lines in the windows, so I want to make sure that I get them. Okay, and I definitely want to do a few of the butterflies, but I think I'm definitely going to need my, this, you know, this thing. When words don't work, so I'm going to do a few in this color. Oh, maybe we can use a stick. Because you literally need like 2 or 3 drops. So I'll do 1 row of this color, and then we'll these are a little full. Just scoop some out of there. All right. Okay. And well, guys, with these little butterflies, we are definitely going to be able to like get all of the last of the little scrapings. So I'll fill this little, actually, let me use my stick. And that way I'm not completely over filling for no reason. Because they are way too little to do a ton of cleanup on. Just saying. All right. I'll finish filling those off camera. What I'll do is, let me see. I know we're not going to have enough to do the door, but maybe we can, maybe get some of the little bitsies filled. Oh, I think my granddaughter's here. I can hear them jibber-jabbering upstairs. All right. Wow, am I making a mess? All right, let's put a little bit more in this one. And you know what? I'm just going to see how much is left here. And then we can always fill it on the next video. You know, it's like I try and keep the videos like to an hour, but that doesn't always happen. All right, so let's just scrape, scrape, scrape. I love these little spatula things. And might as well just scrape this. You know, and that way we can see with those two colors. I just want to get like a base layer down. That's kind of what I want to. And then we will and we'll just fill it on the next one. So even if I pour it in a different color, I really don't even care because it is a fairy door. And in fairyland, pretty much everything goes. All right. So at least now I know I have something for you guys for tomorrow's video. And you know what? That leaf could be a little deeper. All right. All right, that is all she wrote. All right, let me clean my spatula here and my table. All right, so Alrighty, guys. I am gonna take my gloves off and I will see you guys on demold. Okay, guys, so it is the next day and these are done. Let's see here. Oh, looky how cute. Hopefully my phone zooms in. All right. So let me grab a little cup here. And I'm just gonna put them in here. Oh. And we got no bubbles so far. Oh, that one's got a little bubble. So we had 2 with bubbles, so that ain't too bad. All right, let me put this back in here. Let's do our little dragonfly. I hope I didn't get no little bubbles in his little tail. And this is so thin, guys. I mean thin. There we go. Oh, look, I even got the two little thingy things on the end. Look at that. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, thank you so much, Terry. I love this. All right, so we're gonna just let this finish hardening up. I will do something with it. All right, so now I'm gonna try to get it without loosening this because I'm going to pour this on my next video project. So the leaf came out amazing. And I'm just gonna put all my little things in there so I don't lose them. Because you guys know, oh, look at, I even got his little tiny beak. No bubbles, yay. Ugh, I'm separating this and I didn't want to. That came out cute as well. All right, this is kind of one of the things that I was dying to see. Oh, we did get one bubble there, but overall, this is so cute. We could paint, you know, this part. You know, paint like the insides of the windows and whatever. All right. So yeah, I don't know because I did separate some of that at the top. That's the only thing when you do something like this. Oh, yeah, now I undid that side. We'll still pour it and see. Oh, she came out so cute. So definitely we'll do something with her. So I'm going to move this over here. And let's see how our faceted coaster came out. I don't want to take too much time on the extras because I want to get to the music box. Okay, so that came out. A little bit of silicone, something there. I'll pull that out. But yeah, so that came out really cool. So now I have 2 of these that I can like make a double mold type thing. Okay, so let's get to the main event. Oh, like I said, guys, I have had this mold. I think I got it on Amazon. I will try and find it and link it below. Got no bubbles so far, guys. I had a feeling this one would come out easy because it's so thin. There are a couple of tiny little bubbles, but nothing major. All right. So let's move that out of the way. Let's get, I believe this is our lid. Okay. So I do not know. I've never put this together, so I'm assuming. All right, so these are the, what would be the side pieces. And do none of these fit? Let me see if I have another deburrer. Thought I had bought a 2-pack. But I'm not seeing it. Well, let's see if the bigger sides work. You know, that's the only thing. When you get these type of things, you don't know if they're even going to get put together. Like, these just aren't even remotely lining up. Like, every one of these is going to have to be, I mean, look, they do not even line up. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a pain in the butt, guys. All right, so I'm going to have to get, all right, so I think this is going to go in there. So that looks like that's going to fit. So we got the top. It is just the side pieces. All right, let me get my Dremel out and get a little sanding thing on there, and I'm gonna see if I can get this together. If I can, I'll do all of it but one, and then I'll show you how I did it. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I've got these pieces and these all done, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna end up putting the mechanism on, but then I've got to let it finish hardening, I think, before I try and glue it, because it's still a little bit bendy because it is soft. I mean, it's been almost 18 hours, So, yeah, I'm going to have to let it harden up again a little bit before I assemble it completely, but we will get the mechanism on, and I'll show you how these will fit in. So let me get this, and none of my sanding tips worked, so I had to use this, which is part of my engraving bits, but it's the only thing that was small enough to get into these little groove things, so... So basically, all I did is, let me just angle this more. Is kind of shaved down those sides. And I had to do all, you know, even the bigger ones I had to do. And it's just trying to lay it up on there flat. But because it's bendy, it's not quite as easy. All right. Let's see if this will fit in there, and it will. So now that fits in there. And so the reason I am going to wait to glue this is because when I had put my tissue box together, I had put it together and I left it, and when I came down, the cover had come down on itself. So we're gonna lay these pieces all flat. I'm gonna let them dry, well, harden, I should say. But let's get our music box mechanism on. So I don't know if you guys saw, but a while back I had done a music box, but I had used a different box and my mechanism didn't quite like go up enough. So I needed to get an extension for my winder. So we are going to need, I will need to drill a couple of holes in there. So we've got, I don't know, because that is, it's going to come up. Because that's not thick. I mean, I'm afraid it's going to come right out through the top. So let me at least get this screwed in. Okay. And it's not even working. What in the crap? It's fully wound. And that should just start playing. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right. All right, so I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna let the pieces harden up. And then when they're hard, I wished I could ask you guys, do you know if I put these in on the curing mat, in the curing machine, if they would, like for an hour, if that would finish hardening them up? I'm gonna try it. I don't know. So, because I want this video to go up tonight. So, in order to get this done, I need to get these pieces hard so that I can get them in there. So I'm gonna stick them in the curing machine for like an hour and hope and pray they don't turn to goo. So I will be back and hopefully we can get this assembled, and I think I'm gonna bring this up and let me see if I screw this in. No, it's gonna have to go this way, right? Yeah, so I gotta make sure these are not gonna poke through the top because that will really irritate me. I would just soon make another box that's bigger and do that. So once these harden up, I will figure out what I'm doing and I will be back, guys. Okay, guys, 3 hours later, and my husband is so frustrated. We finally got this stupid thing on. But you can see I got extra holes, and it screws from the top down, which is stupid. So, and then I had to get creative. I'm like, well, that's going to look like crap. So, what I figured out I'd do is I took, you know, the little pieces that we made? Well, we're going to use them. All right, now I just got to remember where I put that. Because then I'm going to glue them. And I broke the little tail off, but I'm like, that's okay, because we can just glue it back and it won't show. And then Let's see. Because when I glue this, I have to make sure that I can still crank it without it hanging up. All right, so that is going to work. And then I just figured I would throw a little bird in and we'd just decorate the top of the box, right? But before I glue these on, I have got to glue my box together. And that wasn't an easy feat either. And I couldn't finish it until we had the cover because I had to get the cover on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some UV resin along the bottom and we're going to cure that way because trying to hold it and glue it and it was coming apart. It was just a nightmare. So I wouldn't suggest getting this particular box, guys. I mean, if you do, I would maybe just put a handle in the middle and not make it a box because, yeah, it's a pain in the buttocks. I'll just tell you that right now. All right, so, and I got a paper towel underneath, and I'm hoping that it doesn't, I know it's going to probably leak out, and you know what, I'll do it like this because then I can get the resin off of this, hopefully. So I'm going to start with the back. So let's see, I'm going to do some of the side. And I'm just trying to get it up and over, and then we're going to cure just enough so that it's not kind of leaking out. Just, I want to get it in there and just so that it's like adhered. So hopefully you can see me better when I get to the front. Okay. Nothing is leaked through. Yay. All right, so I'm going to just keep my fingers away from that bottom. I'm going to run it so it's on both pieces, and we're going to cure. And then I can stick it under the big light. Just to make sure that, you know, it's cured all the way through. Okay. So I'm trying to get it so that, you know, it's on the top and the bottom. It's in that crook. Just so this does not come apart. So I put it on my heat mat for an hour. It made it very soft, but yet then when it cooled off, it was much firmer. It was still a little bendy because it's such a thin box. yeah, so, you know, I was kind of hoping this would go up on Monday, but considering we are already at almost 3:30 in the afternoon, it will not be up on Monday. It will be up on Tuesday. So I had to pivot, and I'm going to do a live on Monday. So if you didn't see that, you can go back and watch it because, and I have no clue what I'm doing yet. Talk about flying by the seat of my pants. So what turned in to be a cute, easy little project turned into another nightmare project, but I think it will come out cute in the long run. And I think I'm going to put some rhinestones around the outside. I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to. All right, so now I want to get the corners. And then I might just go around like after the video and just kind of reinforce it again. I'll have to wait and see how sturdy I think it feels. Okay, so that is cured. Oh, and I'm going to use my B7000 for the glue. I'm finding that the B7000 is definitely working better than the E6000. And I got a bunch of different tubes with my rhinestones, so all right, so let's get our dragonfly positioned. All right, I think that is going to be, yeah, okay, so I know it will make the, I've just got to make sure that that little piece is completely, you know, being able to pass by these little embellishments. And let me get a Q-tip. Put some alcohol. Yeah, so it definitely adheres much, much better. And this is meant for like smooth surfaces. So there we go. And then I'll get the little stringy bits after, once it's dried. Oh, come on, stop moving it, Michelle. Okay. Now, let's see, I think we will do it this way, because then I know that will go over. Oh. So luckily we made extras, guys, because today's project, they came in super duper handy. Okay. And then I can clean up any extra glue after, once it's all dried. All right, I'm not going to keep messing. I'm not going to keep messing with it because I'm going to screw it up. All right, so now, all I did was paint these with my metallic markers and my chrome markers. I didn't have a skin color, so I just kind of did her a bronze kind of look. I just want to make sure it's not going to catch on that wing. And it does not. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of like her kind of down like that. And maybe we won't have to use the bird. I don't know. All right, let me... Okay. So that'll be good right there. So I'm just making sure that I get it close to the edge, not too close because I don't want it to ooze out, but I want enough that is going to hold this little angel down. That will probably run over, but I need to make sure that's adhered. You know, her feet and her little hands. All right, I think that'll be good. Okay. So now, do we do a few rhinestones? because I was actually thinking about maybe doing some on the dragonfly. Is kind of just to give it a little bit of a sparkle. I don't know. Let's see here. Why not? Why not? At least maybe a few on the, like the bigger thingy-dings. Since I'm going in a whole new direction than I was going in the beginning. Yeah, I think that's going to be really cute. Do 2 for the eyes. And we'll start with the 3 and see how that looks. I mean, I don't want to overdo, but I definitely wanted some. Now, if I would have known I was using these pieces, I would have poured them a different color. So let me just kind of zoom in here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'll do a drop and a drop there. And I don't know if I have any smaller ones of this color. So I will give that a look in here in a second. All right. Let me see. Got these. I think I have. I got the blue. I got purple. I got some of these. All right, because those have a bunch of different colors in them. Come on, open up bag. The only thing, this is more stringy bit, so wipe the tip. Okay. There. I think we can do like 2. No, because dragonflies have lots of different colors in them, so I just, and I don't have a ton of, you know, like different, oops. Different colors that have, you know, multiple sizes. Okay. And I think we'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we will call that good. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to start with the dropsies, am I now? There. So instead of going around the box, because there's already a lot on the box, I figured we'll just do that. Alrighty, guys. So that pretty much, now let's just, it's a little music box. Making sure there was no leaky resin. Nope. And I think I got these two in backwards because I think this should have been over here. I don't know. It's together. It's done. I got a headache, so yeah, my husband was saying lots and lots of cuss words. I said, see, what I do isn't just that easy, is it? He goes, no. So yeah, I will get you some final pictures and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.